пообщались с сотрудниками космодрома, а также встретились с летчиками-космонавтами, которым только что, совсем недавно, несколько часов назад, были вручены высокие государственные награды России. Все, что мы увидели,
of the fact that 61 years ago, Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space, opening a new era, the era of space exploration. On this day, Mr. Lukashenko and I visited the key facilities in the Vostochny Space Launch Center, and we talked with the employees of the Space Launch Center and met with cosmonauts and awarded them Russian state decorations. What we saw during this visit and our successful track record over the past years in the space industry demonstrate that Russia remains a leading nation in this sector, and the Russian space industry is vibrant and developing, building on its R&D capabilities that has been created over the previous decades. Our Belarusian friends and I have been able to maintain and develop our cooperation in this sector. We have joint programs and we remain committed to further reinforcing our ties in this sector. On April 1st, on the eve of the Unity Day between Russia and Belarus, Mr. Lukashenko awarded Science and Technology Awards to Russian and Belarusian researchers for their joint work in the space sector. We will further encourage this kind of cooperation, and we will develop optical and electronics video surveillance solutions. They will be a key chain and a key component of the Eurasian Geoinformation System. Another promising area is to engage Belarusian experts in building space infrastructure in Russia, including here in Vostochny. A law will be adopted to this effect to enable Belarusian companies and people to work in Tsiolkovsky in the Amur region on space facilities. We also discussed sending a Belarusian cosmonaut to space. This can happen as soon as next year. We also discussed a number of other bilateral matters. We are close allies and we are guided in our common efforts on the principles of friendship, our shared past, cultural and spiritual values. Belarus is a leading trade and economics partner within the CIS and fourth in the world. In 2021, trade increased by more than 1/3, reaching $40 billion. I strongly believe that as we witness a total war of sanctions against Russia and Belarus, we need to further deepen our integration within the Union State. We agree on this with Mr. Lukashenko. We will work together to counter any attempts to stand in the way of our development. I think that it does not make any sense to try to stop Russia and Belarus. We have very close ties, including as part of our industrial cooperation initiative. I strongly believe that this will only make us stronger because we will develop our own competences. We will not self-isolate from others. We are working on import substitution and to ensure that the financial market and the commodity markets work flawlessly. We are seeking to regulate bilateral trade to cut red tape and to provide equal opportunities for Russian and Belarusian nationals to engage in business activity. This is what the November 4, 2021 28 industry-specific programs are all about. Today, Mr. Lukashenko and I noted that 30% of what we plan to achieve in 2022 has already been achieved. In the banking sector, we're about to devise a single currency exchange policy, monetary policy, and we have a treaty on harmonizing our customs regulations, and we are also working on financial risks. We are creating an integrated system for administering indirect taxes, and we also met our Belarusian friends halfway on lending matters. This will reinforce the financial sector across the Union state. We also agreed on an international treaty on a common energy market. Russia provides favorable prices on oil and gas that it delivers to Belarus for its domestic consumption, and we're trading in Russian rubles, which minimizes the negative implications of any foreign actions on our activities. We are working to build a nuclear power plant in Belarus. The second block will be launched by the end of this year. On transport, we have a single traceability program, and we are also working on regulations and oversight, especially focusing on the southern and eastern tracks in our development. We also discussed the single defense space and security matters for the Union state. We analyzed measures to defend our western borders and military technical cooperation, and we approved the plans for holding joint military exercises. We also discussed the special military operation and the progress in the negotiations on this matter. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank our Belarusian colleagues for the arrangements that they made very effectively for several rounds of talks. It was possible to launch these talks thanks by and large to the personal efforts by the president of Belarus, and we see Belarus as a good venue for future talks. Overall, we discussed our cooperation in all its aspects. Practically, we will have a visit by the president of Belarus to Vladivostok, where the president of Belarus will tour an educational and cultural center built with the participation of Belarusian specialists. And I strongly believe that this will be a very important part of your visit that will further help us to strengthen our cooperation. Thank you. Mr. Putin, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, allow me to thank President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, for his warm hospitality here. We are interested in being here in Russia's Far East. This is an amazing land. To be honest, I have been dreaming about visiting this place for a long time. There were a lot of romantic undertones about this, but the fact that I'm here on Cosmonautics Day and I was able to see a space launch center and how it is being built, this further reinforces and has left a big impression on me and my delegation. This is not just a world-class project. Actually, it is more than that. You will not find anything of this kind anywhere in the world. Space is something that matters for both of our countries. The Soviet Union made a major contribution to the development of cosmonautics, so this involved both our countries. And today we not only preserved our competences, but we acquired new ones. Belarus is part of the Space Club. We created a new industry, the space industry, and we are proud of these achievements. What matters the most right now is where we're moving. This includes surveillance technology, and this